Welcome to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. It's just awesome that you're tuning in. So in today's video we are going to talk about the Retro Classics Retro Machine. Well, this is the next generation of classic retro arcade machines from our friends from China. I did quite some different versions and different reviews of the Pandora boxes. But the reason I'm calling this the next generation, because this thing is something totally different. I did a lot of reviews of, let's say, 2-player arcade sticks, but this thing is more like a plug-and-play arcade machine for your HDMI television. Has more than 3000 games built in, so I'm very curious what are we going to get. So let's do a little bit of unboxing. And I'm going to show you what are we going to get. Alright, so it comes in this brown shipping box. Everything is packed up very well. And I can already tell you, this is the system. Yes, it's super tiny. But we're going to take a close look at it later. Let's see where it comes. It comes with a VGA cable, so if you want to go old school, we can use it on the VGA monitor. I've bought the wireless version, so it comes with 2 wireless PlayStation 2 knockoff controllers. I must say, for let's say fake controllers, they are not bad. I have played with quite some different versions, but this thing doesn't feel bad at all. It's got a very nice D-pad, the analog sticks, but we're going to play some games and let's see if this thing is playable for your fighting games. We have the battery and of course the little dongle, because this thing, better said, both controllers working on one dongle. So that's pretty interesting. And here we have the HDMI cable. Very long. I like it. So they are calling this thing the Mini Street Arcade. The name, I think it's correct, because this thing is pretty mini. Not a lot of information on the box, as you can see how you need to connect it. And this is very interesting. So as you can see, we're having the left and the right port and device. And this is just for connecting controllers. If you're having a wired version, you can use the left and right for player 1 and 2. But when you're having the wireless version, we're having only one dongle. So I'm guessing, and that is something we're going to try out in a different video, that we're going to use this thing, let's say with 2 dongles, and let's see if we can activate the 4-player option with this thing. Alright, so this is the only, and this is what we're going to get. The Pandora Treasure. So what I'm trying to say with these names, there are so many names of them. We're having Pandora games, Pandora Treasure, and now we're having the Mini Street Arcade. Alright, so realizing I messed up the unboxing because this thing was in the box and I totally forgot to put it back in because I tested it, of course, before making the review. Naughty of me. But nevertheless, we're having here the 12-volt 2000 milliamp. It's a basic power supply. Alright, so at the front we're having this very tiny chrome little button. This is the on and off switch. Very convenient because there are even some Pandora boxes or game systems out there that doesn't have a normal on and off switch. At the right we can see we're having a USB connection that is for player 2 at the right side, and we're having a CF card. And at the left side we're having the player 1 USB, and it seems to be they're just using 2.0. I just wanted to say I wanted to try a separate video where I'm going to connect 4 controllers simultaneously and try to play with 4 players. That's something we're going to do in a different video, and also with the VGA we're going to test it out and we're going to play this thing with the original aspect ratio. When powering on the device, this is what we're going to get. The menu looks a little bit similar like previous models I've reviewed, for example the Pandora Box 5 and 6. And with the Pandora Box 9, yes, they made one big epic messy list. We have a lot of double games and a lot of homebrew games. Games that are modified, for example the King of Fighters 99 boss. That means that we can play with the final bosses. Pressing up and down we can skip to the next game, and at the same time it will change out the little preview you can see at the right of the screen. Pressing right and left on the D-pad you can skip a full page, and it can give you this, let's say, a more faster scrolling through the game list. But after all these years they finally listened to us. When pressing the start button you can go up all the way back. We have of course the recent list, so you can play the game that you recently played, or you can go search your games. It works like a charm. You really need to get used to it, but I'm very happy that they finally fixed it. So what we're going to do, we're going to change between games and we're going to play some. But first let's talk about what kind of games, because you already can see over here we're having an MD, and I'm guessing this is Mega Drive. This is seriously the first Pandora version I've seen that is running the Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 main games. So that's quite interesting, and it has very fast loading times if you look at all the other models. But what is really cool that we're having a quick load and quick save options. I tested it out, it works with the 16-bit, it also works with arcade and PlayStation 1. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the setting menu. When you're pressing the little button at the back, it skips to the settings menu. There are quite some different things. So first of all, we have usually gamepad mapping, because we can use controllers of course. The game list settings, so here we can change out difficulty. Neo Geo console, that is something, I'm just going to be honest with you, I didn't figure out what this means. Neo Geo console, that makes basically no sense. So we can turn off on the background music, yeah, they ripped off the Street Fighter 4 song again. We can change out the wallpaper. But there is only a big downside to the system. We don't have a way to shut down the filter option. Because with previous models we having the, let's say, pixel filter that smoothes everything up, and some even Pandora boxes have the scanline filter. But we don't have none of these options. Okay, so let's talk about the controllers and how is the quality. I did play some time with it and I must say, it's not the best controller I have felt. Especially the D-pad, I did notice the moves are coming out with fighting games, but it is not perfect like the original PlayStation. Okay, so both controllers are connected with the single dongle. So we're going to do a little bit of testing with 2-player mode and let's see if everything works like a charm. Alright, both controllers are connected. Let's press on the first one the start button. Alright, and now press start on the second controller. No problem at all. Works like a charm. Alright, so this is what you're going to get with the little Pandora box. It's a totally new redesign. The controllers are not that bad, not to be compared of course with the official PlayStation 2 controllers, because nothing can beat the original real deal. But if you look at the menu, they did improve many new things. Maybe in the future I will make some more videos regarding this product and maybe I can find some different versions, because personally I have never seen this layout before in combination with this name. So this is what we call a totally new product. The emulation is pretty decent. It's the same story like the latest Pandora games 3D. At the end, it's a really fun, tiny, cute little arcade machine. Plug and play and works like a charm. So I want to thank you for watching. It would be great to have you here in the Wicked family. So consider subscribing, hit the little bell, come on the Wicked family, and we'll see you in my next video.